Okay, we should be starting. Hello, foreigners. I think we're live. For a second time, we are streaming live from China, from Luzhou, Sichuan, China. This was a surprise. We didn't really plan on it, except, this morning we decided to do it. But as opposed to last week, we spent a week plotting and planning our live stream, and then today we just decided to go for it.
We're crazy.
We're crazy like that. We didn't tell anybody, so I'm sure there's nobody here, but if you're watching this in the future, hello from the past. The planet's still here.
It was.
It was here. And we'll always remember it.
Look out!
But we're not waiting around for anybody. I'm gonna hit it.
All right.
I'm gonna hit it. Okay, hello foreigners. This is live stream number 2. And I thought we'd just talk about our week. Starting with last week's live stream. We had some issues, some technical issues. Mostly with the lagging and the buffering, and then the audio didn't match. So we did some research, so hopefully this week is better. Although I think I didn't do anything for the audio lag, so that might still be a problem. Why don't you put us on in the background and do some other work? Because I'm sure the audio does not match the picture. But we did notice that we had a huge spike in Hello Uncle Foreigner being seen on YouTube. So it's worth it to us to try to figure out how this live streaming works.
We'll keep shuffling the numbers.
Peter's making some coffee here because we're ready to go. Also in our week, what else did we do this week? Oh, I got a new phone. We put up that video about my new phone. It's going well.
You dropped the thing down the toilet.
I dropped something down the toilet. We also covered that in this week's Uncle Shorts. The new phone is good. I still haven't installed all my apps because I have had other things to do. Like
all of them or some of them?
Any of them, really. I installed my WeChat because you gotta have the WeChat. This is China after all. But if you're curious, how are we coming to you live from China? YouTube is still banned, but we use a VPN, as does everybody else on YouTube from China. That's how you get to the wider internet.
Brought to you by.
But that also may be the culprit behind all our buffering. So we may never have a good live stream, but we'll keep trying.
This is a little less laggy.
Yeah?
I mean, you're jumping around. Well, I say that and there's less spin, but it's less spinning so far.
I'm getting more green lights from the OBS, although I'm still getting a lot of red. Yeah, I don't know how any of this works. Our drop frame rate is 36%, which seems high for a video stream. Who knows how technology works?
Magic.
But our other big thing this week was the Hot Bowl Challenge, which is what we think sports is like. Basically, commentators Keep talking no matter what. Much like I'm doing now.
We're great.
So I'm getting good practice at that, just talking. When I teach, I have I don't have a script, but I know, I have a program at least. So this is new territory for me, just talking. But so hot pot, it basically came together we went out to eat hot pot and we filmed it and then decided what if we announced it like a sports game. I took my inspiration from gymnastics commentators, which in doing that research, I found out that people hate the NBC commentators for gymnastics. They sound like lunatics, so it's not hard to see why.
Is it just nonsense, or?
It's nonsense, and then they are really harsh on minor mistakes. I'll be like, oh, that's the worst thing I've ever seen in the world.
Throwing shade.
Yeah, they're throwing shade. I'm gonna move the microphone a little bit. I'm kind of hot, I think.
Coming in hot.
That's a little better. I think via the colors. The hard thing about broadcasting live is we have a limited degree of monitoring, but we don't have a sound person, so there's no one's got cans on. Who's actually listening to this.
We do have 3 monitors up, though.
We do have 3 monitors, which is really distracting. I'm looking straight at myself.
I'm looking at 4 of you.
That's too many Emily's.
Is there?
Yeah. There should never be more than one. You know who I'm talking to.
Don't get jealous of yourself.
I have friends named Emily. And they should be named other things.
Yep, other things. There you go.
I'm gonna turn this down, maybe.
What else we got? Weekend Foreigners.
The Weekend Foreigners. Oh, but still for Hot Pot. So we recorded us just goofing on sports commentators, and then we wanted it to be as true to sports as possible. So that's why we went for the full no cuts live feed.
Bold.
Which was, in retrospect, really hard. I think if I were to do it again,
if we were to do it again.
When we do it again.
We thought it would be easy.
We thought it would be easy, and it was not easy. I would give us more time, definitely.
It took us weeks.
To prepare it, because it took a lot of work, especially writing all that nonsense on the bottom.
Yeah, the graphics were the hard part. Filming it was easy and delicious.
Yeah, and there's stuff with we're just learning. We're learning new things every week. But hot pot is delicious, so I'll go eat that meal any day, every day.
But you'll probably never have to watch it as an audience again.
Unless you come to China. This is your invitation, foreigners, especially subscribers, first come, first served. Come have hot pot in China with Emily and Peter.
You can pick up your link from the chain.
Yeah. We have our subscriber chain link here in the background because June is subscriber month.
Ooh.
And this week we picked up an additional subscriber, bringing our total to 27, which,
27's heaven.
27 is heaven. And the other big milestone this week, which we suspect is from the live feed combined with the big hot pot video, has gotten us a lot more attention. And I think a lot more strangers are being suggested. Hello, Uncle Foreigner. We love you, friends and family, but we also need some strangers to step in.
If they have any candy.
Yeah, we like candy from strangers. Because we're going for world domination, and we don't know that many people between the two of us.
It bumps us up in recognition of the numbers.
Yeah. Anyway, because our numbers were higher,
People see us.
People see us, and we passed 80 views on our "Get Your Work Permit in China" video. Which is exciting. That's
our highest selling video.
Yeah, that's our highest views. I hope people aren't coming into it as a how-to, because it's mostly complaining about how hard it is. But
it's complaining about both of our governments, so it's a twofer.
Yeah, it's complaining about China and America. Who doesn't love to complain? But if you're looking for commiseration over your work permit, you can find it there. Go drag that video to over 100. We'll stick a card in later so you can find it. Maybe. The other milestone video is our Saigon video.
Oh.
Got over 50. Bing, bing. We have a few videos over 50, but that one just this week crossed that line, so we'll celebrate it. I like making that Saigon video. It took a couple years, but I liked making it in the end, because we kind of went we embraced the craziness and let that come out in our art. So you should go watch that one too, the whole Vietnam series.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyone hanging out with us?
No, just me. I'm watching now. I'm number one. My question is, what other videos did you enjoy making?
I usually enjoy making the one we're making now, which is right now we're kind of between figuring out the live streaming and figuring out subscriber month. We're basically finishing up just as the project's about to go live. But usually the way we work, we're about 2 weeks ahead. So I'm most excited about like -2 video that's about to go up.
-2.
Like if the last video that's up is 1, and then there's -1 and -2. So I don't know if that math checks out.
Sounds like some kind of evil Dr. Seuss plan.
I am an evil Dr. Seuss. There was an urban legend at my school. I don't think this is true. Oh, you're in a position to know that this isn't true.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to University of Virginia for college, and there was an area on grounds where you could see like this fancy weird house. Not Monticello, I don't think it was, because somehow it was rumored that Theodore Geisel lived there. And I think that has no basis in fact. It was just like people said like, oh yeah, that was Dr. Seuss's old house. But Dr. Seuss lived in your hometown. Is that correct?
He's from Springfield.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he had a place in California. He could have places
in Charlottesville, Virginia.
I don't know why, but I don't know why he went to school there. So
I mean, I don't know why you'd make up. He didn't go to school. He didn't go to school there. That's not part of the.
No, but I mean, he could live there. I don't know. You went to school there. I don't know why you went.
I don't know why anyone would make that up.
Because it's a weird house.
Yeah, I guess that was just it.
Just see a thing and call it something.
Because we did have our own, like, Thomas Jefferson, who everybody talked about like he was alive and in the next room.
What?
Yeah, at UVA, everyone talks about Thomas Jefferson like he's still walking the grounds.
Like a ghost?
No, like a live Superman.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You wouldn't. You didn't go to UVA.
Well, way to
but I mean, he
draw the rest of us into your story.
Thomas Jefferson founded UVA. That's maybe your missing link. And he lived in outside of Charlottesville in Monticello.
And his spirit was entangled with the house of Dr. Seuss.
No, I'm just saying other famous people connected with UVA and Charlottesville.
David Matthews?
David Matthews. Mr. David Matthews. Yeah. I was there after he'd already, gotten huge and left. But people were still talking about, like, how he used to play at, I don't remember any of the club names.
Babyhead?
The Mix? The Fix? There's something with, like, 5 X's at the end of it. And I used to go to the rock clubs a lot. But I don't remember what they were called. Maybe the Mix was the music magazine.
They could all be gone by now.
Anyone who went to UVA, help me out. What am I talking about?
Call in now.
Call in now and let us know. Actually, yeah, all the venues that were there aren't there anymore, I don't think. But Sissy Spacek, I think, is from Charlottesville. She reportedly came to a play I was in.
What kind of house did she have?
Normal coal miner's daughter house.
Cave.
She was a down-to-earth lady, I guess. I don't know. She, like, maybe came to a play I was in. I don't even know which performance, though.
Was there, like, a murmur in between sets?
Yes, there was a murmur. That's what happens in theater. And
it's a hard whisper.
Yeah. Crime writer David Baldacci. I don't know if he was there or he just gave the, like, commencement address when I graduated. That was, like, a weird... He writes airplane fiction.
Airplane fiction? You mean for airplane rides?
Yeah, like books you buy at airports.
Books about airplanes?
No, he writes exclusively about airplanes.
Tutorials on the food.
Yeah. What's the deal with airplane food? It's a little known fact. Jerry Seinfeld never said that, but David Baldacci wrote it in every novel.
Other novelists.
Michael Crichton. We were assigned to read Airframe.
He's Dinosaur Man, right?
Yeah, but he wrote a book about ethics in the aviation industry, and as
more airplanes.
I'm stuck on airplanes. As a pre-engineering school requirement, we were supposed to read that book and talk about, like, how to be ethical. And then ethics never came up again.
Ethics in aviation?
Yeah, because I started in engineering school.
What's unethical about flying?
No, like not. Birds are pissed off about it. You gotta share the skies. No, the engineering part of aviation, not actually flying a plane. It was like, cutting corners. I actually remember none of that book. And I was a Michael Crichton fan at the time. I mean, he's a good writer. Pulpy. Page-turny. He wrote ER.
Good.
I like ER. Yeah, it was created by him, I think. I was a big ER fan until Dr. Ross left, I think. And this has been Remember the Late 90s.
Yes.
With
Pearl Jam!
That's what YouTube is for, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are other things that you remember?
A kid threw up in my class yesterday. I remember that. It was very exciting. When a kid tells you they are uncomfortable, in Chinese, the words 不舒服, that means uncomfortable, but it also means like you feel sick. And if a kid says that, you should believe them and maybe ask them what they want to do about it. Because this kid, this is the second time he's thrown up in a class I've been in.
Did he warn you both times?
The first time there was no warning. I think he himself was pretty shocked by what happened. It was like a total, like he's sitting there fine and just goes like, what? It was, I mean, he was fine afterwards, so, you know, I feel not too bad about laughing about it. But
well, he came back for a second one, so.
Yeah, he's a known vomiter now.
He has to wear a patch.
And, you know, he bounces right back afterwards. He, like, goes to the bathroom, cleans himself up, participates in the rest of class fine. But stop feeding this kid.
What are they feeding him?
I can tell you. But I won't. But yeah, it's at our school, because kindergarten in China, I guess kindergarten in China is so much my life right now, so that's what I have to talk about. But it goes all day. It goes from like 8 to 5:30. So they have all their meals there. They have breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the school, and they feed them pretty well. They eat.
They overstuff them.
They overstuff them. No, I mean in terms of like the quality of the food is always like fresh from the market that day, and plenty of vegetables. And the kids have a better palate than I do. They eat mushrooms, they eat rabbit, they eat all kinds of stuff. They had pig's blood soup the other day, which I was considering getting lunch that day until I was like, no, I just can't. I don't even want to like take pig's blood soup home and dump it out. I'll skip that one. But I'm impressed. They're good eaters.
How was the rabbit? Was it like a head, or they just chopped?
No, it's just like chopped up. I think if I hadn't read that it had been rabbit that day, I probably would have just thought it was
gamey meat.
Gamey meat, yeah. Which I've eaten rabbit before, but not really by choice. More out of politeness.
By force.
So not by force. No one forced me to eat it. But I don't know. It does make me feel like I'm very picky. I mean, I am. I'm a picky eater.
Oh, you won't touch a rabbit.
Won't touch that rabbit. Or mushrooms or seaweed. I just don't like seaweed.
I wonder what they did at the school with all the rabbit heads then. You don't throw those away. That's a delicacy.
No, they are a delicacy.
The parents will take them home?
Maybe. Or I wonder if I think you can buy the rabbit without a head. That doesn't make sense.
It's a terrifying farm.
Not when it's butchered. They haven't developed headless rabbits.
China's amazing with technology.
Well, because you know, like at restaurants, that you can buy the rabbit head. You can get rabbit head as a dish, as a delicacy, especially actually of Luzhou in this area.
So maybe there
is actually a demand for the heads, and you can just buy the rabbit bodies separate. Because they're not giving the kids rabbit heads because
it's dangerous.
Well,
You could swallow a tooth.
And it's like giving filet mignon to babies. I think they have great palates, but I don't know if they appreciate that.
The head's usually cooked spicy too, so you don't want.
Yeah, they don't give the kids too spicy. Like in Sichuan province, not spicy is still sometimes a little spicy. So
Pretty
the
spicy.
kids do get like a little bit of hot pepper in their meal, but it's noticeably less spicy than adult cuisine. Because they don't want the kids getting sick. But kids are gonna get sick.
What other kind of sick news? What happened
Something happened. Do you have a stream there?
there?
Oh, it's back. The health is good, maybe.
You're spinning over here.
I just got a red banner, but now it's...
Nope, you're back.
You should catch up soon.
I'm
Welcome back.
Hello.
If you're just joining us now, here we are. We've been talking about cafeteria food, which in China is delicious and fresh. Na 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 na.
What are the foods?
Let's see, what do we have today for lunch?
We do have the video on free food for foreigners, so...
Yeah, if you want to actually see what this food looks like, you can check out our lunchbox video.
It's pretty gray.
The food is gray, not the video. Looks like we're hanging up again. You should be receiving data from my encoder.
I'm spinning here.
Okay, we're back. But yeah, if you'd like to watch our free food for teachers video for foreigners.
Go with the alliteration.
Well, it's not just like...
What have you learned from Stan Lee?
You can't just be a foreigner and they give you free food. Mostly. But that video is part of our Teachers Exist in China, which is our guide to the aspects of a teacher's life in China.
You could have free food 5 days a week.
It's possible. So, in some circumstances, you could have free food. So if you're thinking about teaching in China, go check that series out. But that's in the past. This is now. Well, we're coming up on 8:30, and I'm getting more and more.
Well, let's
more and more red banner interruptions.
Is it dead right there?
It says it's dead on YouTube. Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, and then it's back.
It's back.
All
yeah.
right.
Does it do?
Oh, you're okay now. Well, we know it lasts a little bit better than 10 o'clock, so that part of the test.
Yeah, I think this was a successful test.
It was hopefully better than the last one. The next one's going to be so awesome.
Yeah, well, if you watch along, you can see a profile of a small channel learning how to stream. Each week we get better and better.
Yeah.
So,
we're still a couple of weeks away from live animals, but...
Yeah, well, I don't really want animals in our house. But let's wrap this one up. I've been Emily.
Whoop, whoop.
That other voice you hear in the background is Peter. We are Uncle Foreigner. Special shout out thank you to our 27 subscribers. This is Pledge Month. So if you're thinking about subscribing, do it now.
Share.
Yeah, share.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend. Tell an enemy.
Tell a sea an enemy.
Tell a narwhal. That's all from us, I guess. China's still here, and we hope that you are too. Good night. Bye-bye. How far is the stream delayed? Don't.
That's better. We're not
20
minutes behind.